When I started putting this under the water and looking at the way the water rolled off of it, I was stopping people and saying, come see this. I've never seen this in 30 years. I don't think anybody else has seen anything like this. 10 years ago, you could not have made this product. The resins were not commercially available. What we've got here is something that will disrupt the market. We can take our product and cut it with 4 parts of water. They can then apply this in one coat to fences, decks, and log homes. And instead of spending $3,000, they'll spend more like $500, and they're done. Very scientific measurements here. I'm a chemist, I can get away with that kind of stuff. Not release this to ocean.
Greg Overman set out to create a different kind of company. Working in the chemical business for over 30 years, he was frustrated with the wastefulness and greed he saw from the large chemical companies. The worst part, he was sick of selling products that didn't work, weak, diluted products, mostly water and a little dye.
Because I saw a need in the marketplace, really. I saw a niche that I thought we could fulfill. There are very cheap products out there in the marketplace, $3, $4 a gallon soaps, and not put too much gloss on it, but they're junk.
The River City Soap Company was founded on the idea that a company should sell chemical products that work. Over the last decade, the River City Soap Company has grown to be a brand that businesses trust.
I was getting pushback from my vendor. I told them, just charge me more, just give me what I asked for. And even then, they really didn't want to do it. I actually started manufacturing a couple of my products on my own so I could get it exactly the way I wanted it. Asked my raw product manufacturer who he did business with, and Greg was the obvious answer once I found him. Because Greg is so knowledgeable in the manufacturing, the formulation of the products. I have a chemist who's my chemist, okay? And so when I'm talking to my customers, they ask me questions. I say, oh, let me get you on the phone with my chemist.
Our customers love saving time and money using our hard-working cleaners and other industrial products.
Okay, so what Greg did for me was take some of the water out of the product to the extent that the product was still safe to use and was stable to use. So
Would you pay a company to ship you hundreds of gallons of their tap water? Of course not. But this is the way most companies do business, selling highly diluted products and shipping them hundreds of miles.
It's a lot more challenging to make a good product than it is to make junk. And it's really better for the customer in the long run. I tell people all the time, look, your water is cheaper than my water. You don't want me shipping my water to Florida. You want to add water when it gets there. So we make a concentrated product. What I saw was a sort of...
Consumers and businesses alike are being ripped off buying overpriced water and dye. The suppliers don't care, the customer loses, and the only people who win are the freight companies. A few years ago, a subsidiary of the River City Soap Company, RFD Coatings, was formed to bring our values to another industry.
Well, I started RFD Coatings working on a product that is really intended for cedar roofing, began to kind of tinker around with that and came to a point where I saw a coating do something that I had never seen a coating do. In 30 years of working with architectural coatings, I've never seen a product that performs the way this does. And so we started RFD Coatings, a subsidiary of River City Soap. Well, the thing that we've seen in specifically the log home market is a problem with products that are sold by some competitors which cost $400 to $500 per 5-gallon bucket. You know, people go in there and they spend $200,000 or $300,000 for their log home kit, and then the person who sells it to them turns around and says, oh yeah, and you're going to need about 30 or 35 gallons of this stuff at $400 to $500 per bucket. And they freak out, and I don't blame them. This is crazy. And also, these products
For homeowners, if you think you're being taken advantage of, you probably are. Whether newly invested or a veteran homeowner for years, the costs keep adding up. You're used to spending thousands of dollars year after year to protect your investment from the elements. Wood coatings have to be applied over and over again. What's more, coatings don't work as advertised.
There's no reason these products should cost that much. There's just no reason for it, other than people are used to paying high prices. What we've got here is something that will disrupt the market. And frankly, it is a market which deserves to be disrupted. We can take our product and cut it with 4 parts of water. They can then apply this in one coat.
From a chemical standpoint, protecting wood is not easy. Natural processes of decomposition are as old as life itself, and gradually everything returns to the earth. The structure of wood at the microscopic level is complex, consisting of microtubules or vessels that at one point were used to move water and nutrients through the living part of the tree, but have since hardened into the structure that makes wood a sturdy building material. This electron micrograph shows wood cellulose as it looks highly magnified. The tubules and other structures are clearly visible. This porous nature of wood poses a unique challenge in coating and ultimately protecting it. The oldest and most common wood coating is paint, made from a variety of different compounds and therefore many different applications and qualities on wood surfaces. All paints behave in generally the same manner.
Acrylic latexes are the coin of the realm in housing paints these days. They're great, but they lay up on top of the wood. So if something lays up on top of the wood, it is prone to flaking and coming off of the wood.
Once applied, paint spreads over the surface, coating wood, but never soaking in. That is, never entering the pores or tubules of the wood's makeup. Eventually, the paint hardens and forms a solid coating that marginally protects wood only until it eventually becomes brittle and flakes off, forcing homeowners to paint again. This solution worked because for a while it was all we had and we made the best of it. Eventually, chemists developed oil-based coatings. Unlike paints, oil-based coatings soak into wood. While these coatings have some benefits over paint, there's many drawbacks.
If you put Thompson's water seal on glass, for example, and come back next week, you can put your finger in it and it's greasy. It feels greasy. That's fine. That's what they do. They have a reasonably good product, and it does repel water. The problem is it doesn't do anything else, really. It doesn't stabilize the wood. It doesn't keep the wood safe from microbial attack. It doesn't stop the UV attack on the wood. All it does is repel water, which is important. As I say, that's a great thing.
Oil products are more costly than paint, so coating an entire log home becomes an astronomical expense. What's worse, oil never dries, and after a few rains, washes away, leaving wood vulnerable once again. But again, for a long time, it was all we had. You watch helplessly as your home deteriorates. You don't have to feel powerless anymore.
The thing about this coating that I've never seen, and something that just honestly blew me away when I started looking at it, was the water repellency. There's nothing that will repel water like this. What you're going to see is what's called the lotus effect. Water will simply dance across this surface. You won't see it actually wet out the surface at all. It's just going to simply roll off. They say water on a duck's back is water just simply rolling off the surface. Even though you pour water on it, you basically shake it off. No water has penetrated into the wood.
SubStructure is an entirely new approach to this age-old problem. For homeowners told to like it or lump it, you don't have to settle for less. You have a better alternative. It was one of those eureka moments. We were introduced to a new kind of polymer with properties never seen before.
I wake up in the morning and go, wow, I wonder if that will work. And I can't wait to get to work and try it out. Most of my ideas fail. but you eventually get a feel for what products are going to work together, which products are not going to work together. And this was sort of an aha moment that I had about a year or so ago. I came up with something that honestly is better than anything I've ever seen, and it's now suitable for roofs, fences, decks, and log homes.
In an age of advanced chemistry, we read about these kinds of discoveries every day. Scientists have made sheets of carbon an atom thick and synthesized complex organic molecules. Now, a scientific fountain of youth will forever change the way we protect fences, decks, and especially log homes. When applied to a wooden surface, SubStructure soaks deeply into the microtubules of the cellulose, thoroughly coating the complex internal and external structure. Like those oil-based coatings, SubStructure makes wood impermeable to water from the inside out. But while oils eventually seep back out, SubStructure hardens in place, creating a lattice of structural support that provides years of protection from wind, rain, and sun. Through intelligent formulation, powerful additives inhibit the growth of fungi, mold, and algae in the cured film. And premium iron oxide pigments block out ultraviolet rays and bring out the natural reds and oranges of the wood grain. Grayed, weathered logs look better than ever, immediately adding thousands of dollars to the value of your home. Whether you're a homeowner, contractor, or distributor to the trade, we at RFD Coatings want to be your expert partners and your guide in this new era of wood protection.
Well, there's only one thing that will make you qualified to do something, and that is a great deal of experience in that particular area. And that's what I bring. I've loved this business, have been doing it for over 30 years. And the thing is, if you really like something and you're really interested in it and you do it for 30 years, you become proficient at it.
We've already had incredible success with this formula, protecting and restoring cedar shake roofing. Business is booming thanks to SubStructure. Word of mouth quickly spread about a treatment that revitalizes old cedar and makes roofs look like new. Discover how SubStructure lets you treat your home, deck, and fence once, with no need to repaint for a decade. We are excited about the SubStructure revolution and fully warrant and stand behind our products. See for yourself how the RFD Coatings way can save you time and heaps of money. Staying true to the principles on which we were founded, SubStructure is a concentrated product with no added water in its manufacture. So instead of using bucket after bucket of another inferior product, 2 pails, depending on the size of the home, does the job, and does it better with just 1 coat. We know that owning a log home is a dream realized through hard work and great personal success. You can lose many thousands of dollars helplessly watching as your home depreciates, deteriorating on the outside. SubStructure puts you back in control. Our chemical breakthrough will help you preserve your home for generations.
1 coat, $500 to $600 to coat your entire log home. And it's actually going to repel water and keep the UV rays off the wood better than what they're currently buying and applying.
Make a great first impression and feel proud of your home's radiant exterior. Protect your investment, save time and money. Rethink how you preserve and protect your home. These are exciting times to be living in, and you can't afford to be left out. Visit rfdcoatings.com today for more information and to download an indispensable guide to exterior wood restoration and protection. And get your free sample of SubStructure. Special volume pricing is available for distributors. See our guide on how you can double or triple your revenue through our family of wood restoration products. SubStructure, make wood stronger.